The skies over the Middle East were once again rumbling, this time not with sandstorms or summer lightning, but with the roar of the engines of dozens of United States Air Force C-17 Globemaster III aircraft. Amid escalating geopolitical tensions, the United States suddenly deployed hundreds of paratroopers to a strategic conflict zone just hundreds of kilometers from the Iranian border. This large-scale operation caught many by surprise, including Tehran, which immediately raised its military alert status. Satellite intelligence reports, civilian footage, and official statements from the Pentagon provide evidence that this operation was not just a routine military exercise, but part of Washington's offensive strategy in response to the new escalation in the region. This article examines the background of the conflict, the chronology of the deployment, the parties involved, the impact on regional stability, and analyzes the future direction of the conflict. Conflicts in the Middle East have long been a thorn in the side of global stability. Tensions between the United States and Iran are nothing new. Since the 1979 Islamic Revolution in Iran, relations between the two countries have steadily deteriorated, especially after Washington withdrew from the JCPOA nuclear deal in 2018. Meanwhile, Iran has strengthened its influence through proxy groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and Shia militias in Iraq and Syria. Conversely, the United States has continued to expand its military presence in the region with the support of traditional allies like Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. In recent months, a series of incidents have fueled the conflict. These include drone attacks on U.S. bases in Syria, the seizure of oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz, and a mysterious explosion at the Natanz nuclear facility. These tensions finally culminated in a large-scale deployment of U.S. forces using a fleet of C-17 Globemaster IIIs. At 3:40 a.m. local time, Iraqi and Syrian air defense radars detected unusual air movement from the southwest. At least 28 C-17 Globemaster III aircraft based at Al Udeid Air Base, Qatar, and Ramstein Air Base, Germany, entered Iraqi airspace through a military air corridor. Each aircraft carried between 80 and 100 paratroopers from the U.S. 80th 2nd and 101st Airborne Divisions. U.S. forces were deployed at several key points along the eastern border between Syria and Iraq. The primary target was the seizure of logistics routes used by pro-Iranian militias to supply weapons and equipment to Syria and Lebanon. Local sources reported intense firefights around Abu Kamal, Deir ez-Zor, and Al-Qaim. Iran strongly condemned this military operation. In an official statement, the Iranian defense minister called the U.S. action a blatant provocation that threatens the national security of Iran and the entire region. Tehran also ordered the activation of the S-300 air defense missile system and the deployment of IRGC troops on the western border. Deployed military strength United States troops, approximately 2,200 airborne personnel aircraft, 28 C-17 Globemaster IIIs, 14 F-15E and F-22 fighter jets for air escort, 8 KC-135 and KC-46 tankers for aerial refueling. Technology, MUOS, Military Satellite Communications System. EC-130, H, Compass, Call Electronic Warfare Equipment. MQ-9, Reaper Drone System for Reconnaissance. Iran and Regional Ally. Troops, IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, with over 5,000 personnel in western Iran. Proxy militias, Kataib Hezbollah, Asaib al-Haq, Liwa Fatimiyun. Weapons, Zulfiqar and Shahab 3 medium-range ballistic missiles, Russian-made S-300 air defense systems. Thousands of kamikaze drones, Shahed 136.